Happy Tuesday. We're in the book of Joshua talking about crossing the Jordan. So much to see. There's an opportunity here to do a case study, a character study on Joshua. He's a good guy. You may be familiar with the line. It says, "Choose for this day who you will serve. As for me and my house, we will serve the Lord." That's Joshua. Let me note that in case you missed this, and I heard from some people, I've emphasized the wrong things. In fact, Joshua issues this order. People are all lined up. Joshua issues the order. The priests are at the very front of the line. They've got the Ark of the Covenant. They step in, and the water parts. This is chapter 3, verse 15. I'm reading. "As soon as the priests who carried the ark reached the Jordan and their feet touched the water's edge, the water from upstream stopped flowing. It piled up in a heap a great distance away at a town called Adam in the vicinity of Zarethan. While the water flowing down to the sea of the Arabah," that's the Dead Sea, "was completely cut off. So the people crossed over opposite Jericho. The priests who carried the Ark of the Covenant of the Lord stopped in the middle of the Jordan and stood on dry ground while all of Israel passed by until the whole nation had completely crossed on dry ground." So Joshua, in obedience to God's direction, orders the people to step in to the Jordan. It's at flood stage, 100 feet long, very swirling very quickly. And as soon as they do, the water begins to heap up, that famous King James word. And the people then, it's no longer the thundering of the river, it's now going to be the thundering of 2 million people. This isn't like 100 people walking in single file. This is suddenly a big swath of dry ground, and the people pass over it. Psalm 114, verses 3 through 7 records this. It said, "The sea looked up and fled. The Jordan turned back. The mountains skipped like rams, the hills like lambs. Why was it, sea, that you fled, Jordan, that you turned back, mountains that you skipped like rams, hills like lambs?" And then here's the answer. "Tremble, earth, at the presence of the Lord, at the presence of the God of Jacob." So what we read is then that God will direct the people to make an altar, to get stones and to make an altar on the Canaan side of the Jordan as an ongoing reminder to the people of God's faithfulness. But also, if you read deeper into Joshua, you see that they also had stones that they carried into the center of the river, and they built an altar in the center of the river, which was quickly going to be covered up by water. So who's that altar for? Well, that altar is something that God would see on an ongoing basis. So you had a reminder to the people of God's faithfulness, and you had a reminder to God of the people's faithfulness. So look, perhaps it's time for you to create some sort of altar. I've got some rocks in my office, 2 rocks from mountains that I climbed when I was a younger man. And then I got a rock from Mars Hill in Athens, where Paul preached, a little pebble from there, rocks from other places that just remind me of events, but are also sort of a testimony. Maybe it's not a rock for you, but what kind of a reminder? Maybe it's a pocket cross. It could be something else. What could you carry with you to remind yourself of God's ongoing faithfulness in your life and the need to be a person of ongoing, courageous faith? Have a good day.